creating space for non-binary people in races doesn't take anything away from anybody else. We just want to be seen, and we just want to be heard. My name is Jay Solly. I use they, them pronouns. At Frontrunners, I am the director at large on our board of directors, and also the committee lead for the trans and non-binary committee and team.
After reconstructive knee surgery a few years ago, Jay was told not to run. A few weeks ago, they completed their first marathon. This was not only a physical milestone for them, but an emotional one as well.
I just remember the joy the first time that I got to see an X next to my name instead of an M.
That X, indicating gender, means that Jay was able to register for the race in alignment with their non-binary identity. This year was the first time an Abbott World Marathon Major Race has awarded prize money to that category. This is part of an initiative to foster inclusion of all genders in the race. Jay took third with a time of 3 hours, 14 minutes, and 48 seconds. Alongside them, 3 other members of their queer running club took the top 4 spots. The New York Frontrunners led the charge for this change. Jay says their support has been crucial.
They've been our biggest cheerleaders when there's positive attention, and they've been the people that will stand up for us when the running community has said really, not so supportive or positive things about non-binary runners.
Once people start running with us, they realize it's so much more than just a running club. It's not to sound cliche, but it really is like a family.
Frontrunners is chosen family, absolutely. My best friends.
In fact, Jay credits the club in their coming out story, saying they wouldn't have been able to do it without their chosen family. President Gilbert Guyona says Frontrunners is such a great community for that reason. You never have to question whether or not you will be accepted or supported, and this is a long-running standard at the club. Frontrunners has served as a family and support system for queer people since 1979.
I think it's really cool to be able to learn queer history from your elders. A lot of our older members will share the history of what happened in New York during the AIDS crisis.
The club had set up a volunteer service to go visit Frontrunner members who were in AIDS hospitals and be with them and bring them supplies. That's the kind of community that we are, and not everyone knows that history, but I'd like them to. I think it's really important to remember that and remember where we were coming from, but also know that things are changing. And we need to think about how we are more inclusive for all gender nonconforming people, more inclusive for people of all races and ethnicities, of all wealth and income statuses. I could go on. In ways that maybe the club wasn't in the 80s and the 90s or the 2000s.
It's so important that we still have these spaces that are unequivocally queer.
After the Club Q shooting, I got messages from people who were like, I can't wait for Frontrunners. I can't wait to be at a safe space where I know that I can be celebrated for myself and I don't have to hide any part of myself. I think it's really a testament to how important that space is.
The Frontrunners remind us that progress is a marathon, not a sprint. Lilia Cormack, Fordham News.